Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. You and me.
Hello.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the healthiest podcast on the internet. Karl, you want to tell the people what you just told me?
No, that's okay.
Well, can I?
No.
Oh, never mind. Karl's dying. So you're just talking about health, and I was making the point, and Karl was also agreeing and also making the point. Nice little echo chamber. That's how you know it's going to be a good day. When Karl and I both wake up ranting about the same shit, and we're like, yeah, and another thing about this thing that we both agree with.
To be fair, I know David and I are a very small sample size, but we love to disagree with each other. So, if we agree, you're going to essentially accept that to be law.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so the law we discovered today is that we're talking about health, and we have our friend who will remain nameless, who's doing some unhealthy stuff in his weight loss journey, you know. And we were just talking about diets as a whole, and I was saying you see so much shit on the internet. Keto, fucking carnivore, herbivore, vegetarian, is that what that is? Is herbivore, can you eat eggs as an herbivore?
No, because herbivore is
purely
all plants.
Purely herbs.
So that makes it different than vegetarian, because vegetarians do eat eggs and dairy products.
Whatever,
and
you
like
get
that.
the point. You have all these different diets, and everyone claims that this is this, and this is that, and this is that. I don't think any, and I have seen this rhetoric online before, in some health community shit. You need to understand your genetics. It doesn't make any sense. This is what I just said. I was like, it would make zero sense for the diet of somebody whose ancestors evolved in fucking Alaska, and you're eating seals or whatever they got up there.
Blubber.
What do they have in Alaska? Wait a minute. They have the bears and like normal like land critters.
I mean, it depends where you are.
All right.
Alaska's huge. Are you in the fucking middle of it or near a coast?
All right. Yeah, let's go like somewhere where there's seals. All right.
You're eating
like,
whale fat and
with
shit.
like igloos and stuff. All right, you're like your ancestors evolved there, and you're eating whale fat, and your ancestors lived there for thousands of years, or somebody whose ancestors are from fucking South America or fucking the Caribbean or something like that, somewhere where it's like tropical, and you're eating lean fish and fucking fruit, and your ancestors lived there for thousands of years. What you need to have a healthy body type is going to be completely different. So all of these diets, carnivore, intermittent fasting, I do think that one's relatively universal. I'm a big fan of that one. Whatever it is, it's not one size fit all, and I really think that people should stop saying stuff like that. Like I saw some dude on a podcast, just like a clip, and he's like, there's a lot of stuff for your health, but there's main three things. Number one, diet and exercise, And I was like, okay, cool. He said, number two, whatever, drink a lot of water. I was like, okay. And he's like, number three, a Mediterranean style diet. And
Jesus Christ.
I was just like, what are you talking? What do you mean?
Come on, dude. Shut up. Yeah, that's
not everybody
so
needs
stupid.
olives.
Damn, he really got the fucking first two. Were like obvious and also generalized and good.
Yeah. And then it was just
Mediterranean
like,
style diet.
I don't know who this guy was. He could be a complete
He's
hack.
got an IV drip hooked up to tzatziki sauce. He's fucking just pumping that shit into him. He loves yogurt. He loves dill. He loves lamb.
Dude, all right, I was going to tell you this last night, and I'm glad I held off. I had the strangest experience driving a little road rage incident.
You had rage?
I had rage. I had rage, and this guy almost had rage. I'm driving on the 405. There's traffic.
Yeah.
Heavy traffic, but fast moving. Except for this motherfucker in front of me. He was going really slow. He was in a blue Prius.
Were
It
you
was
in
a
the
little-
Subaru or the Civ?
I was in the Subaru.
Okay.
He
Little
was,
context, David can't drive over 45 miles per hour in his car because it's old and he's trying to maintain it as much as possible.
It's less about the max speed, more about getting to speed. I don't accelerate very quickly in the Civ. She's an old lady. She needs to be treated with respect
Which is
and
not
dignity.
not great for highway driving in Los Angeles because in Los Angeles there's a lot of small traffic jams that happen for no fucking reason. I think it's because these people are afraid of curves in the road, but I can't say for certain. Anyway, so you were
I'm driving.
tailgating this guy in a Prius.
I'm tailgating this guy. No. But this guy, he's going really slow. And
he's got all the space in the world in front of him.
he's got the space, which I don't usually have a problem with. I know you have a problem when people don't get up to the
What
car
lane
in
was
front
he
of them.
in?
The problem was he was in the leftmost lane.
Yeah.
But did you know that's not a thing in every state? That's not a thing. That's not universal that the left lane is for passing.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not universal.
I don't even want to venture for an explanation for that.
Okay.
But
Whatever. Motherfucker's in the left lane. He's going slow. But more importantly, he's swerving.
oh god.
And I can see through his back window he's on his phone.
Oh.
And so I do what any sensible person would do. I get in the lane next to him. I pass him. And as I pass him, I give him the stank.
You don't honk?
I flashed him. I gave him a flash.
Flashing is cool.
I gave him a flash, but he didn't notice because he was too busy on
Was it
Instagram
daylight?
or whatever. It was daylight.
Yeah.
It's hard. Anyway, I give him the look. And we're on the 405. There's traffic. So eventually we stop and he comes up right next to me. And I roll down my window.
Oh my god.
And I roll down my fucking window. And I scream at him, "Get off your fucking phone, dickhead."
Yeah.
And then he rolls down his thing and he goes, "What? What's your fucking problem?" And I go, "Get off your phone. You're going to cause a fucking accident. You're all over the fucking road." And he goes, "You're right. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm putting it away."
Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. That's the best guy in Los Angeles, I swear to God.
I felt
What a fucking plot twist.
Well,
that
'cause
guy's my hero.
because I was so amped. Dude. I was so amped
And you-
up. And I was like, I didn't say anything. I just like rolled my window up. And I felt, because then I start feeling like a piece of shit.
No.
Because I
you
cursed
said
at him.
thank you. He knows.
Yeah, but I cursed at him.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's
He acknowledged that he needed that. He needed somebody to be like, "Hey, fuck you. Stop it."
And
he was
like,
fuck.
He wasn't being like, in my head, if someone else said that to me with a different tone, I'm very sensitive to like, this guy. Is this guy being a sarcastic dickhead? Like, it wasn't like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." It was truly, he's like, "Thank you. I'm putting it away."
Hell yeah. He must be a very secure guy. I bet he has
For
I
real.
bet he has a great life.
I would be like, "Fuck you, bitch." I'll text if I fucking want to. I'm a better driver than you with blindfolded.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. What a good little story.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was weird, man. I felt like such a piece of shit. But hey, I did learn from that. I was like, you know what? Maybe if somebody yells at me, maybe I am being an asshole on the road. There's this other thing that story just made me think of. I said like I'm really sensitive to people like being sarcastic. And one time, this is the first time I ever spent time in the South. Like Southern hospitality, it's real. It was me, Karl, our buddy Jake, and we were in Atlanta. And we went into this Quick Trip. If you don't know what Quick Trip is, it's a fucking 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Yeah.
And as we walk in, it's around like 9:30 or something like that. The dude behind the counter was like, "Hey, welcome in, guys." And I remember turning to Karl and Jake and be like, "Is this guy being a fucking asshole
What's
right
this guy's
now?"
fucking problem?
I was like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?" And I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like I never felt like more of a fucking East Coast piece of shit.
I remember that same trip. We were stopping in Tennessee to get gas or whatever, and there was like a combo Circle K Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
And I went to go get ice cream for myself, and this like 80-year-old guy held the door for me, which is not like uncommon anywhere, you know. Not everybody does it, but like, I don't know. Do you hold the door for people if you see somebody come in? Like,
Of course.
Yeah. But I remember I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, I can't remember the exact thing he said, but he was like, how much obliged or something like that. I was like, holy fucking shit.
Thank you, Karl.
Yeah, something like, oh, I think I held the door for him and he said, thank you kindly. I don't know. But it was just like, holy shit, dude. That's crazy. I mean, he's also old. You know what I mean?
Old
But
people
still,
is different.
Yeah, old people
know?
everywhere just
It's when
generally
young
have
people are
better
like nice to me.
manners.
I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? What is he trying to prove? What's he got?
Yeah.
What's he doing to me?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I've mellowed out though.
Yeah.
West Coast, for better for worse. I feel like I'm a little more mellow here.
You know what always, like, and I know that this is just a me thing, it just makes me uncomfortable, but I don't like when store associates try to ask me if I need like help looking for stuff, and they don't, like, if you just walk in and they greet you and they're like, hey, hello, welcome in, you need any help finding anything? You're like, no, I'm fine, it's cool. But like, if I'm like looking at different things and like walking around and people like come up and get, you know, they're like, hi, what, can I help you find anything? I see what you're looking at, blah, blah, blah. I just don't like it. I like being left alone in those instances, and it always makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I feel like an asshole being like, no, go away, please.
I don't know. I don't think that's a big deal. Like, whether or not they, like, for me, I think it depends on my mood. Like, if they want to help me, I might just be like, nah. You feel bad because you know you're not going to buy anything. That's what it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
You're not going to buy anything.
I don't always not buy anything. A lot of the times I do buy things. I don't like to go to stores and with no purpose, you know? I'm not a big like window shopper.
No. I don't know. Well, I guess not. I was going to say, you go to thrift stores and peruse and meander.
That's different though. But nobody at a thrift store is ever going to come up to you and be like, do you need any help finding anything?
That's true.
In all of our trash bins?
Yeah. All right. Wait. Speaking of...
Okay, just give yourself a minute. It's okay.
I'm just trying to put my hair up here.
You look good, dude.
Yeah, do I look good?
Yeah,
my hair's
dude, you look
wet.
sick.
I just shaved, got my mustache.
Half up, half down, David Loving.
With a mustache, dude. I think I gotta get rid of the mustache. I can't do it. It's too popular. It's so popular. Everywhere I look, I see mustaches. I gotta get rid of it. I can't. I must be an individual.
See, I mean, I'm not gonna say like, what do you mean it's not that popular? It's like
It's recently gotten so popular.
50% of dudes have them.
Yeah.
But
It's back. So
I've been doing it for so long that like I don't
you're a
care.
trendsetter, Carl.
No,
You
that's
were a
not what I
trendsetter.
mean. That's
Carl
not what
saying
I mean.
that he started the mustache.
I just mean like I don't really like any other look for myself, so I'm not gonna change it. And that makes me feel like secure in that. Do you not think that you could just be like, if somebody commented about your mustache, whether it was like I like it or whatever?
Yeah, there's people at work who don't like the mustache.
Just decide to tell them that you've been doing it for a long time. You know?
Yeah, but I haven't. It's not an external thing. I don't give like I don't.
I
There's people at work who are like, dude, why do you have a mustache? It's weird. And I'm like, you're a moron. You know, but like, you know,
why do
I
you
don't
care that it's too popular?
Maybe I feel like a fraud because I didn't do it, and I also used to make
That's
fun
what
of
I'm
you.
saying. You have to just internalize in your own brain like a psychopath that you've been doing it for a long time.
But not only
Incept yourself.
Not only is it new, but I used to also like actively oppose you doing the mustache, and I actively opposed mustaches for many a year.
So are you admitting right now that like the trend has gotten to you and you like them now because they're popular?
But that's the thing. It sucks because I'm like, wait, is that why? Because I never was like, damn, I see all these mustaches. I'm going to do one too. I was like, I'm going to try a mustache. And then it was kind of like one of those things where you buy something and then you're like, holy shit, there's shit everywhere, you know? Like, oh, I need a mattress. And then you see 1,000 mattress commercials.
Yeah.
It was like one of those. I did the mustache. I was like, damn, mustache. I think also specifically, I really don't like it when all of our friends hang out together because I'm like, okay, you're wearing a mustache. You have a carabiner keys. You have a mustache, carabiner keys. You have a mustache, Dickies mustache. Like, we're all just such a fucking stereotype.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't. I don't want to do this.
Fair.
You know?
Fair.
What do you think? Do you think mutton chops would ever come back?
Yeah.
You
probably.
think so?
Yeah. I mean, they already have with certain people. I see them every now and again.
Man, mutton chops are fucking gross.
I'm not a fan.
They're
I never would.
disgusting.
Yeah. Fuck that.
What do you think? What other stuff? What could come back? See, the mustache. The reason the mustache is
Perms
nice.
with women.
Ooh, I like a perm.
I don't mind a perm.
Yeah.
It's cool.
There you
Elaine
go.
Bennis. What a fucking bombshell, you know?
Elaine Bennett. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. You know? Yeah.
Well,
But that would get old real quick, though. If every girl just started being like getting perms and shit, I'd be like, all right, enough, please.
Wait, so what Elaine has a perm? That's what a perm is?
Yeah. I think so.
Is perm an overarching thing for just like you get your hair
Ridiculously curly.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, just because I always thought perms. Well, I guess you could have perm if you have perms with long hair. I mean, let me look. Perm
What else could be?
hair. Okay.
Mm,
Wow, I just looked up perm haircut, and a lot. You always think about girls getting it, and I came up with a lot of men's haircuts.
there's a lot of dudes getting perms back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe you should get one.
I could get a perm. Okay, so it's just curly. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Justine, what do you think about David with a perm?
You know what I
think
like?
She likes it.
You know what I like? I like shags.
What are shags?
They're like where it's like usually what's his name at? It's like kind of it's not a mullet, but it's like shorter in the front and longer in the back. Let me look. Look it up.
This is like
Shag.
80s hairband kind of
I think
situation.
it's more 70s.
Whoa.
Like okay, yeah, this. Like that short in the front. It's kind of how I do my hair,
Yeah.
but this is a little more extreme. Yeah, like this too.
Yeah.
The
Look up
short-
man shag. for me
Man
real
shag.
quick.
I think your boy and Lily had a shag.
Yeah, before he cut his hair.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's long hair with bangs.
Yeah. I think did the Beatles invent the shag?
Kind of.
All right. Yeah, I mean like this is my hair.
That's like a modern.
A lot of these are modern day. Okay, this is more of a shag is what it
Yeah,
says.
okay. Yeah, I could get behind that. That
Yeah,
looks cool.
I mean the shags are back.
That looks cool.
I
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
shag.
The shag is cool. Mullet's been back for a minute, obviously.
Yeah, but the mullet, you know what sucks is the mullet was like big with like frat boys.
Yeah.
So it felt less authentic and more like it was like a meme,
Yeah.
you know? Which a mullet is a memey haircut.
Do you remember when like just long hair came back? You know, when we grew our hair out,
Yeah.
it was like right in line with the whole trend.
Yeah, and every time you get along, you still get people asking you like, dude, oh, you don't have long hair anymore, really.
But right now, currently where this is at, I'm getting people commenting on it.
So weird, man.
Yeah.
It's people like you see them coming from a mile away. They like look at your hair like, dude, how long did it take you to grow your hair?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, multiple people asked me that today because I work at a restaurant. And this dude, he's like, how long did it take you to grow your hair? I was like, I've had like long hair for like 10 years now, but I don't know, a year and a half. Like, I don't know why it's such a, how long did it take you? I was like, I don't know.
But you gotta understand that like people that have well kept hair, like I haven't had long hair for like 4 or 5 years now, is when I first cut it. And I only get my hair cut like every 6 months, and I let it grow out to this fucking mop.
You're unkempt.
Right? I'm unkempt, yeah. So normal people get their hair cut like once a month, once every 2 months, So like they think a year and a half is like an obscene amount of time to not get your hair cut.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm already like
I get a haircut
6 months into not like if I just fucking kept being lazy for another 6 months, which would go by in a heartbeat, I would have long hair again. You know what I mean?
But I also I get my hair cut every 6 months, and I still have long hair. You still get a haircut. You don't,
I know, but it's just less frequently than like people that keep well kept.
No.
hair.
I know what you're saying. No, I know what you're saying. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
When I get those
No,
questions.
I agree.
But like when we first like started growing out our hair like in high school,
Yeah, what's
I remember
the
the
point?
term was
Flow.
lettuce. You ever get lettuce?
I did get lettuce a little bit.
Do you
but
know
I
it's lettuce?
It was
G?
always so like what you were saying about the mullet and how it was like it hit like the frat bro jock
Yeah.
guys at the same time.
That's when flow and lettuce, it was the lax bro.
Exactly. And I was like, there was such an insane difference between like people growing out their hair and then like a dude on the football team coming up and be like, yo, dude, your flow's looking sick, man. I'm trying to get mine going too. And I'm like,
It was like people who owned combs and people who
dude,
just
I'm
didn't
just
cut
not
their hair.
cutting my hair.
Yeah.
There's no work going into this. But yeah. And that was just when like long hair came back into style for men.
Yeah.
What a time.
What else
And then
do
I remember like
The
when
man
I
bun.
decided to grow my hair out, I was like, I want to be able to pull it back.
and
But
that's when
obviously it takes time to grow your hair out. So that was like a year and a half, 2 years before I was actually able to pull it back. Then it finally gets long enough to pull it back, and fucking Hosier puts out his goddamn album, and everybody's like, the man bun.
I rocked
Take me to fucking church, Hosier. Let's go.
I rocked a man bun for a very long time. I had long hair, but I always wore it up. Now this is the first time I put my hair up in a while.
Yeah, you don't put it up very often.
Yeah, I rock the headbands.
The headbands are sick.
Motherfucker, I see all these fucking assholes wearing headbands now, and I don't like it. I did the headband, and I was like, I like this. I was like, this keeps it out of my face. I was like, this is how my brain works. I was like, this kind of looks like girly, but like I'm not like a girly like looking guy. I'm not like a super feminine looking guy. Like, so I was like, this is kind of cool to me. And now I see all these dudes doing it.
Are you talking about like the metal ones?
Yes.
Yeah. People comment on them to me all the time when I'm at work. I'm like, is it really that crazy
And people,
to you?
no, people used to say that like, oh, dude, nice headband. And now I'm seeing them do it.
People ask me about it at work, and I'm like, yeah, it's just like one of these metal headbands. And they're like, whoa, very like Y2K of you, or like
Is
whatever.
that Y2K?
I guess they were very popular back then. I don't know, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's fucking nice.
I'm trying to think. Like this is what I'm thinking. Like, okay, that's Y2K. Obviously, Y2K is like very in right now.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was Y2K.
I didn't
And
either.
then like the mustache thing, like I see other people doing it, and I'm wondering if these things that I like, are they influenced by these things around me? Am I subconsciously just trying to fit in?
I feel like you equally wear bandanas as much as you wear the metal headbands. Like I feel like I see, or the gainers. I feel like I see you in those just as much as I see you in anything else.
Not true. Well, now I just wear the headband a lot because I wear it for work. But
yeah,
I do like the fucking
the head sock.
the head sock.
I like it.
You guys aren't allowed to take that from me.
Yeah. It's also cool because when David goes to his meetings and his rallies, he can just pull it down over his face.
Oh man! All right, what else is popular? Tattoos, bro.
Oh,
Tattoos
my
are like
God.
almost lame now.
I know.
Everyone.
I'm just gonna get them all removed.
I love tattoos. They're fun. Obviously, I've got some, but it's just like everybody's got them.
Yeah, it's fun.
Everybody's fucking got them. And now it's like the specific tattoos.
But you know what? I kind of like it because
Are you attracted to girls with tattoos?
Yeah.
Like, is that like one thing that you're like, yeah?
If the same girl has like covered in tattoos and isn't covered in tattoos, it doesn't make me more or less attracted to her. But it is like a fucking yeah. Like I think tattoos are attractive.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is I like that tattoos are just like huge now, where it's like if somebody is literally covered in tattoos, you don't even like think twice. They're not like fuck that guy, that's cool. You know what I mean?
It's not like, whoa, a tattoo guy.
But tattoos are sick. I like looking at them. I like tattoos, but it's not like a rare thing where you see a guy with a bunch of tattoos and you're like, whoa, like, look at that guy. He's got so many tattoos. Because it's like fucking every other person has that many tattoos. But I think it's sick because it makes me feel like it's such a thorough part of like culture now to just have like lots of tattoos. And like specifically, like, I really like American traditional tattoos. That's not what everybody is getting. But I don't know. I think about like, and this is going to sound a little bit flawed because like the tattoos that people get these days, not a lot of them have a lot of significance. And a lot of people get like very silly or crazy tattoos that literally mean nothing.
Which is okay.
But I think about like cultures where tattooing is like a vibrant part of it, where like everybody gets tattoos in those cultures and those mean something. They usually have something to do with your lineage and your family or
Like
your religion.
Hawaiian?
Huh?
Like Jake and his Hawaiian tattoos?
Yeah, like Polynesian tattoos, or like people from New Zealand get what's called mocha, and that's the face tattoos that they get.
Oh.
You ever seen that?
No.
It's crazy. Kind of looks
Mocha?
like they're getting tattooed like Asian dragon masks. It's kind of what it reminds me of.
Is it spelled like the mocha?
Moka.
Moka.
Or Moku. Moku. New Zealand MOK, and then it'll autocomplete for you.
New Zealand
Maku?
It's not coming up.
So just look up face tattoo. It'll pop up. You'll see it.
Mako.
Mako.
Moko. Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I have seen this.
And that's like people that are, I can't remember what the fuck the name of indigenous people in New Zealand is, but it's like everybody gets those eventually. That's pretty sick.
Crazy.
But anyway,
they have it like right here, it's like a fucking goatee.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. Well, and then it'll spread to like up onto their
that was
cheeks
just
and stuff.
the most common one on Google Images was the one with the goatee.
And then they get different ones. It's also like gendered a little bit based on like what you get on what side, and like it's interesting. And like we don't have anything like that with tattoos in the United States currently. However, I just think it's cool culturally that like tattoos are just a thing that, because who knows what the trend will be. Maybe in 50 years, people, like you said, tattoos will be lame. The next couple generations might be like, nah, anti-tattoo. And then we're all going to be like 80 years old someday with all these fucking pictures and blobs all over us. And all old people that all the young people are bitching about and just like, I wish they would just die. Why do they even vote or have driver's licenses? We're all going to have a bunch of fucking old tattoos. And that's sick.
We're all going to look wrinkly.
Yeah. It's good. I just
and they're all
going to
look
sick.
blue.
It's like, I love it's a permanent significant, like, okay, all this shit we've been talking about is all stuff that we don't have to do for the rest of our lives. If you get a perm, you don't have to keep it forever. We don't have to wear the clothes from Y2K forever, but we can't take our tattoos off.
Well, I don't know, dude. I see a lot. I'm seeing so many tattoo removal like videos and like advertisements and stuff like that. It's just, you know what's gonna really suck?
But those people never should have gotten them in the first place.
You know what's really gonna suck though is if they get really good at tattoo removals, everyone's just gonna get tattoos and then just get them removed.
That's crazy.
You know
what's another fucking...
That defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, it does.
You either like, I don't believe you have to get something that.
How about like the temporary tattoos that our one friend got? That was supposed to be like a 12-month tattoo, and then it just dissolves in the sun or whatever the fuck.
I'm not a fan.
Don't like it. I think that's stupid.
I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I'm not. You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. I don't care. And I'm also not of the mentality like a tattoo needs to be special and it needs to mean something because it's gonna be on your body for the rest of your life. I mean, like,
obviously that's not my mentality.
Yeah, or mine.
I saw this thing,
but I do think part of getting tattoos, I do think it should be you have to be willing to have it for the rest of your life.
Oh shit!
Did we Hold on.
Oh, no. Oh, we're still going? No, I don't know. You do it.
Nah, we stopped.
Fuck!
I don't know what we lost. We should wrap this up anyway.
All right, well, wait. No, hold on. What was I going to say? Oh. I don't know. Tattoo removal. Fuck.
See, we lost it.
God damn it. We lost the last 30 seconds. It goes for 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, we probably lost a minute there.
Maybe. I think we only lost like 10 seconds.
Maybe. It's entirely possible. I'll figure it out when I edit this thing. But, man, we need to fucking figure out how to have better equipment. I feel like there was something I wanted to say on this podcast that I wasn't. Oh. I wanted to talk about other creative expressions besides musical. Do you have any? Because obviously we're both musicians. I've been trying, in order to get better at music, been trying other mediums of creativity.
So what are you doing?
A little bit of drawing,
Cool.
poems.
Well, we are poets.
No.
We're writing lyrics.
But when you not lyric writing to it's totally different. I'm talking about so it's similar.
But okay, we've talked about this before. I write a lot of songs with no music whatsoever. Like I write a lot of just like lyrics constantly. And
Oh yeah, so I've never done that. So I started doing that, but I'm also not doing the poems that I'm writing. I'm trying to get away from rhymes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get away from I'm messing around with word choice and then the visual aspect of poems. I really like
100%. It's really sick.
choosing when to have the line break.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Or in a lot of the poems that I've been writing, I was writing one and then I thought it would be cool to write it and then have off to the side, kind of side notes that were going sideways. But that's part of the poem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. No, I love that. I mean, I do that a lot. I've always done that. That's kind of always been. But I used to write more poems when we were younger. I took a lot of creative writing classes in college and things like that. My sister's always written so much poetry. It's been around in my consciousness for a long time. So not to the amount that you're talking about where you're doing the side notes and things like that, but I've always been extremely intentional. Even though nobody's going to open up my lyric book and visually see how I'm writing the lyrics, the way where I break the lines, a lot of times it's there's one word or two words at the end of a line that gets separated, things like that. It just always, that's how I think though when I'm writing the lyrics out, whether there's music or no music. To answer your question, I really have a huge desire to get into photography. I just don't. I never am I'll just go buy a camera and start doing it. Because it's
Would you do film?
Yeah, 100%. Just because it's I don't have the money to fucking buy a nice ass camera like what we're using here. Thank you, Colin.
Thanks, Karl. Eat some food.
Whatever. Fucking, there you go, guys. Now you know it's Taha, Trevor. You know we were talking about Colin. Mr. Loving. But you can get a nice film camera for a couple $100. Film is expensive as shit, but at least it's you spread that out over the different projects that you're doing. But I also really love being intentional about a whole roll of film as And,
all right, so here's what I've been discovering. So I'm not going to show you any of my poems. I probably will at some point, but I have this book over there, and it's I'm filling each page with a poem, and I'm being very conscious about what I put in, and I'm not just like writing like stupid stuff. Like I feel like whenever I have journals or like booklets, I'm always 10:15. I'm always quick to just like start using it for other stuff, or just like quick write something down, like a to-do list or something like that. I'm being very conscious not to do that. And I don't have any intention to like publish these poems or even like show them to people. But because I don't have any intention to do it, but I'm still taking great care in like how I'm writing them, what I'm doing with them, it's pure creative expression with intention. And I feel like it's easier for me to do that in a very free and playful way than it is for me to do it with music, just because off of the top of my head, I do usually think like, well, am I going to put this song out? Is this song good enough for the light of day? And I just like, don't have those questions at all about the poems. And I think it is seeping into the other aspects of my life, creatively. And I think it's cool. And I think if you're a creative, we tell ourselves all the time, like, I'm a musician, I love to write music, and which you do. But, like, you should find something that you don't love as much or don't care as much about. Not love. Find another creative outlet that you don't really care about, that you still have fun doing. And I think it could, in turn, benefit the creative acts that you really give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
100%. I agree. I like that.
What would you photograph? What kind of photographs?
I mean, lots of things.
Nature?
Kind of, sometimes. I love, I mean, this is the whole fucking point of photography, but like really interesting like framing of photos is cool. Like, and I really love like tops of buildings and like trees, like
tops of buildings. Like,
yeah,
like skylines.
There's a lot of fucking like specific, really cool, like buildings, and Los Angeles is filled with like really captivating and creative architecture, and I always like am looking up at shit constantly. There's a lot of really cool stuff.
What would you get with the tops of buildings? You mean like? Because I'm picturing two things. I'm either picturing a skyline, or for some reason I'm picturing a bird's eye view of like a skyscraper fucking top with like the AC unit and then the fire escape.
This is a bad example because it's not. This is a bad example because it's not that interesting. But like if we were out in like on the sidewalk and somebody decided to take a picture of like the A-frame of my bedroom that has the 7-hole birdhouse.
Yeah.
That kind of angle. There's a lot of really fucking cool shit in Los Angeles, and the way that like.
Why don't you just start taking photos of your phone?
Because my phone's camera sucks ass.
Yeah, so?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
And I'm never going to like go in and like try to edit the photos on my phone and make them nice and things like that. But like if you are really intentional with a camera with a nice lens and you have like the focus right and all of the lighting right, you can get a really fucking sick photo out of it.
I'm going to find out what is... I don't have an Instagram on my phone. You know, Jason Handling is he has like a wildlife photography page.
I didn't know that he was doing photography, but I knew he was working in wildlife and like conservation.
Yeah, he's got a page. It's wildlife photography.
That's sick.
It's such a... obviously everyone knows what wildlife photography is, but how many people do you know they're like, yeah, like, I'm like a wildlife photographer. Like,
that's so cool.
I wait in camouflage for a fucking eagle to fly by. That's
sick. That's so cool.
Yeah. That's just dope. Anyway.
I was going to ask, do you often associate, like, do music and visuals, like, go very hand in hand? Like, if you are having a moment where you're looking at something that you're very, like, engrossed with, do you hear music in those moments, and vice versa when you like make music or listen to music? Do you ever see things in your head or imagine things that go along with it?
If I hear music, I 100% see in my head visual motifs.
Mm-hmm.
Or
but it doesn't go the other way.
Vibes. I mean, I do not. I very rarely hear music in my head.
Oh.
Sometimes I will catch myself humming certain things, but like I do not hear music in my head. I'm very much somebody who I can only hear through my ears. I know that sounds weird, but like I'll maybe catch myself
That's a
humming
cool
and I'll be
way to
like,
put it.
that's cool. Or whenever I'm writing a new song, the whole thing is like sometimes what I like to do is I just sit down and I'll just play something without thinking, try to like really like empty my mind and just play it without thinking, and then from there hear it and then like clay kind of mold it in a certain direction that I like it. But I'm very much somebody who just I can only hear and decide if I like it or not. I cannot create things that I like. That is what I do.
That's cool.
I hear something, whether I made it or not, and I go, that's good, that's not. That's good, that's not. That's my whole process. I do not go, this in my head is what is good and create that. I don't do that.
I'm just listening to music all the live long day, bro. Like walking around.
Yeah, I don't.
And there's just
I don't do that.
fucking classical music in my head. And then people are like, Karl. And I go, huh?
All right, let's stop.
Okay.
Let's stop talking to each other.
That's enough for today.
That's enough out of you. Goodbye, everybody. Is next week your thing happening?
I'm
not here next week. I'm not here.
Y'all either be here by myself, probably not. Probably gonna have a special guest. Still confirming on who that's going to be, but
And if we miss an episode on next Thursday, you know it's Karl's fault.
we're not gonna miss an episode.
We better fucking not.
I'll sit here.
We've
and,
not missed an episode for 69
oh!
weeks. Nice.
Yeah,
69
no,
weeks.
we're not. Well, I'll have somebody on for sure.
All right.
Without
See
a
ya!
doubt. Goodbye, everybody.